Hi, welcome to Summer Skin Over 40, a new series I am doing where today is part 2, where I am discussing a matte look. For those of you who are more oily combination, or maybe you're older and have larger pores that you're a little bit more self-conscious of, you're gonna want a more matte look on hot, sticky summer days. I live in the Southeast, it is humid, and I am actually loving this matte look. Even my bronzer is matte. That little bit of sheen you see is just from maybe natural skincare underneath, but stay tuned and I'll show you how to achieve matte makeup that doesn't look thick or cakey. Hi, welcome back. I'm Michelle Spieler, also known as Clean Beauty Babe. I'm an over 25-year professional makeup artist. I've even worked a decade in Hollywood, and now I live on the East Coast where I still do Hollywood production work out here, among many other things. And I've started a YouTube channel to really help women over 40 who feel largely ignored on social media and just educate them and love on them and encourage them. And so welcome back to my Summer Skin Over 40 series, where today we're gonna discuss a matte foundation. I'm not a huge fan of foundation, as many of you know who have followed me a long time. My first video I did on Summer Skin Over 40 was a very dewy, glowy complexion, but that does not work for everyone. And if you live in the hot summer heat of the Southeast, it is so humid and so sticky, you really don't want a real glowy face. So I'm going to help many of you who like a more matte, velvety face today, but you can still have nice skin in the summer. So today what I've done is I have used a sunscreen called Elta MD. This is an SPF 40. It is broad spectrum. Now I thought I was ordering their mineral sunscreen on Amazon, and I don't know what happened. I don't know if they sent me the wrong one or if I just ordered this one accidentally. But when I run out of this, I'm not going to return it. This is a super well-respected, science-backed brand. I don't have the ingredients here. I could go on their website, but this is broad spectrum. Typically, I stick to mineral because mineral is clean, but this is nice. It's tinted. Let me show you. I have it all over my face. It's, again, an SPF 40, and it is oil-free. And you know, don't forget the back of your hands, ladies. When we're driving, we really need sunscreen on the back of our hands. So it's just beautiful. So that's all over my face. Then to save time today, I did the Maybelline BB cream. Now they make a matte finish. This is their dewy, glowy finish, but they make a matte finish and all of the writing will be in blue. I have turned so many family, friends, and followers onto this BB cream over the years. I personally will not be repurchasing this only because Maybelline still tests on animals. They might not do it here in the States, but they sell largely in China. They have a huge Chinese following, and China law demands animal testing. So I won't be buying Maybelline anymore. If you buy it, I'm not judging you at all. It's a great product. It's great, and it's clean. It scores a 3 on EWG.org. And there's a lot of days where I've just worn this and maybe a little concealer, you know, where I need a little bit more. Oh, the sweetest little bird is looking at me through the window. It's great. And this also has an SPF in it of, I believe, a 30, SPF 30. But again, how can you really be sure how much SPF you're putting on your face? Wear a sunscreen. I know that seems redundant, but this is the only way to know that you're getting the full amount that you need, and then you can layer. And it's just double protection, right? Okay, so I have that all over my face, and I literally just rubbed it all over like it was a moisturizer, because that's what it is, a tinted moisturizer. So today we are going to take Milk Makeup. This is their matte foundation. They want you to shake it very, very well before applying it, and I will tell you, a very little bit goes a long way. Now for me, this matte foundation looks beautiful the first few hours, but by the end of the day when I'm looking, this is my test. I look real close up in a close-up makeup mirror. This is a 10-time makeup mirror. And if I see it all over, if it's, you know, in the pores or splitting up or just makes me look dry, then I know that that's not gonna ever make my top favorites. In fact, I have a video coming soon of top concealers and top foundations because I need to do an update. But this is really, really nice, and I really think that who this is for is your normal to oily person, combo skin, acne prone or not, and someone who maybe has larger pores, and anything you put dewy or shiny on the face is going to only magnify the larger pores, whereas something matte will not. So we've taken a little shake. We're gonna put a tiny, we're gonna do a little bit. I'd rather go back and add more. That's how little I'm adding, okay? So I'm going to take the tiniest amount and I'm going to blend it real quickly. Now this dries quickly, which is why I'm not gonna do the whole face. I'm gonna work in one area at a time. And I have a damp beauty blender. See how fat and chubby it got? Because it's damp. So I'll run this under warm water. I have a hair in my face. I'll run this under warm water and then I'll squeeze it out really, really well. Just keep squeezing it to get out excess water, but it's nice and damp. And I'm just going to now pat it in my face. Taking it up to the hairline. I have some makeup on already on my eyes and brows because I had a Zoom call that was very important to me at 1 o'clock, so I do have a little bit on, but look at that. It just looks like nice skin. It's really nice. I know I always make jokes that there's no such thing as a foundation that looks like skin, and close up, I would agree, but look, that looks pretty darn good, and this is a 4K camera. Or if you and I were out to lunch, you would think, oh, Michelle's skin looks really nice. You know, you're not in my face like a 10-time magnification mirror looking at all my pores. And remember, ladies, we tend to see our pores more than anyone else. We tend to see our flaws more than anyone else. When I first got this sunspot here, and I got these little sunspots here that look like Orion's belt up in the sky, I thought the whole world could see it, and I was so horrified, and I would take Laura Mercier's Secret Camouflage, and every single day I would paint out every single sunspot. Well, halfway through the day they all reappeared because makeup just kind of breaks up or wears off, but it was silly. It was a waste of time. Nobody cares. Nobody cares that you have sunspots. No one sees them but you. No one cares that you have lines and wrinkles. No one sees them but you. No one cares about your pore size because no one sees them but you. Or if they do see them, then that's when you would do a matte foundation and a little bit of powder, and you will conceal the fact that you might have like a larger pore size around your nose, chin, cheek, T-zone, right? Anywhere where we produce oil, we're gonna have larger pore size. And even on me, my pores have gotten larger as I've aged. I remember people getting in my face when I was younger. Even in my 30s, women would get in my face and go, you don't have a pore on your face. I didn't. I had fine pores. But now you can see them, and that's okay. It's just part of aging. I had an esthetician when I was probably 38. I went to Burke Williams spa in Southern California. We all loved the Burke Williams, and I had a young 21-year esthetician, 21-year-old. I asked her age because I couldn't believe what she said to me. At the end of our facial, she's trying to sell me products, and she's like, and for your large pores, you could use this sour cherry mask. And I'm like, come again? Large pores? I mean, just last year people were telling me they couldn't see a pore on my face, and now you 21-year-old esthetician are telling me I have large pores. I ran home that day. I grabbed a magnification mirror and I went to the window with natural sunlight, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I do have pores. I never knew I had pores. They weren't on my radar. So what? We have pores. It means our skin's breathing, okay? So that's a little story for you. Okay, look at that. That is really, really pretty. Okay, so I'm almost out. I'm almost used it all. So notice how I started my T-zone, okay? Started my T-zone. And in all of my videos, you're gonna see the same thing. I'm blending, blending, blending carefully, only where I need coverage. I don't need coverage on my whole face. Only where I need coverage. And because I have a tinted moisturizer on underneath, this blends into this. So I'm not just putting this on bare skin where you might see a demarcation, right? You might see that, but I'm blending this into this, and you can get this in a matte version, and it just covers where I need coverage, and that's it. So let me see if I need coverage anywhere else. I think for the sake of the video, oh, and I'm really dry and flaky through here, marionette lines from tretinoin acid. Tretinoin acid, so I had to back off a few nights. You can watch my video on tretinoin acid or retinol, but you really don't want to get in those areas where you're dry and flaky, because within an hour, this will look like the dry, cracked Sahara Desert, and that is not pretty. So I'm very careful not to go in those areas. So I'm going to do a little bit more, just a little bit more. And now I'm going to go in the cheek area where I've got maybe a little bit of sun damage. And let me tell you the color on this, because some of you might ask. Unfortunately, the Milk makeup, I think you can only get on I get it from the Milk website, but you might be able to get it at Sephora. But this color is medium light. Medium light, beige medium. Medium light, beige medium. I will tell you, it has a lot of gold in it. I have found with a lot of the clean makeup brands, pick colors that say C, which means cool, because then that means they're actually neutral. I find that their neutrals are a little too yellow, and their yellows or their warms are way too yellow. And that's why you see so many people on Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and they're super yellow, but then their neck and chest aren't. It's because people are making way too many yellow foundations. So go with C, trust me. Okay, so I'm going to pat this in, and notice I'm not really going into the eye area because I don't want it around my eyes because I have crinkles. See my crinkles? But already this has done some nice, and then I'll take it down a little bit to my jawline, but there's almost nothing left on the sponge. So I'm just like lightly blending it. And again, I'm not going anywhere into these parentheses lines, because let me tell you, woo, I am looking like a 90-year-old woman right through here, but that's okay. We're gonna ignore it. That's why we have fake lashes on. We have fake lashes. We're gonna divert attention up to our eyes. Okay? So here, this side versus this side. See, I'm still a little more blotchy over there. That's okay. I'm gonna take a little bit more. So do you guys understand now how I put foundation on? I'm sorry I said you guys, I hate that. Ladies, gentlemen, who's ever watching, I'm just super careful about how I blend it, because I want my skin looking as much like skin as possible. Now, if you are truly oily, you're gonna wanna set this with the lightest, prettiest powder. But I'm not gonna set this with powder because I actually have to go out and run errands and wear this all day. And it'll be way too dry on me. I use my finger to kind of blend around the eye just to make sure there's no demarcation line. Oh, and my concealer I put on an hour ago has already traveled to all of my lines. It's okay. Guess what? We pat it back out. We pat it back out. If your concealer creases, welcome to 90% of the world. Concealer creases, just pat it back out. If it creases under here, pat it back out. I'm not rubbing it, I'm not lifting it off, I'm just patting it back out, redistributing it. Okay, so I think that looks really nice. I look velvety. Would you say I look velvety? And so to me, this is a great, great foundation for summer skin over 40, especially if you're combination or oily, or you're more mature and you have larger pores and you don't want the shiny glowy look. If you want a little shiny glowy, you could always go in and add a beautiful highlighter. You sure could, but I'm not gonna add highlighter or blush today. I'm going out just like this. I don't know, maybe in the intro I'll do some bronzer and you can see from the intro my bronzer, but I'm not doing blush today. So this is it. This is all I have on. I have the Ulta MD. I have a little bit of the Beauty Counter BB cream. I'm sorry, not Beauty Counter, Maybelline. And I have Milk Makeup matte foundation. And you saw how little I used, okay? I've used this now about 6 times. It's like a brand new tube. You use so little. You could even blend it with a brush. I just didn't. I wanted to kind of blend it in with my fingers and then take a damp beauty blender and really dab it in. But I think that's beautiful. I really do. I think it's beautiful. Let's do the true test. How does it look like this? Okay, I'm close up in my magnification mirror. This is a 10-time magnification mirror. It is absolutely, yeah, I don't notice my pores. So that's good, right? I don't notice my pores because it is actually diffusing the look of my pores. And I'm not gonna set it with powder so it does not look dry. Okay, I'm loving this. Yeah, I'm loving this. Okay, I'm gonna go put bronzer on and then I'm gonna shoot the intro to this so you guys can see how it looks with a little more color, but I'm very pleased. I hope that helps. I will come back next week with more variations of how to do summer skin over 40. Stay tuned for the series. Thanks for watching and subscribe. Please, it really helps me and it helps YouTube know that our demographic wants more education on beauty over 40.